What's going on, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat on the way in. Z, what you got going on? You haven't streamed. This is like your second time this month. You haven't streamed in how many days? You have a life, Z? Not Z with a life. Outside, off the internet? Outside of social media? Off of social media? Z, what's going on? This is not what I signed up for when I subscribed to Mr. Z's channel. Consistent streams, sir. Consistent streams. What's going on, y'all? What's up with y'all? Okay, this is a reckless stream text in effect. Don't put it in the comments, don't put it in the comments. Reckless. Okay, so hopefully you guys can hear me well. Let me know if I'm coming in muffled or if you're clicking and clacking, because that means audio issues and we will fix that now. Yeah. So, yeah, I've been keeping my ears to the streets, paying attention. We're gonna cover a couple of things. The ladies are talking, right? The accountability department sound like they're getting more and more recruits, more and more members, right? As the days go on, there's more and more black women just being like, yeah, see, we lying about this, and that. Oh man, really? Do tell. Say more, right? So, so that's going on. We're gonna be covering some of those videos in a minute, right? Also, I did check out a bit of the Roger Report stream from the other day, speaking about black conservatives and that Amanda Seals conversation on Jubilee. Yes, Mr. Z did not cover it. Out of all people in the Black Manosphere, Z, you didn't speak about it. I know. I made mention of it, but I really didn't do a whole dedicated stream on it. Yeah. Um, yeah, Amanda Seals didn't do that bad. Was she great? No. Did she do that bad? Nope. Right? So yeah. Shout out to Train Tracks. Shout out to all of those that minimized reparations for ADOS FBA. And that discussion. Yeah. Not looking good. Not looking good at all. But at least you know what it is. It is what we said it is. It is what we said it is. When you know, align with either one of these political parties and you throw your blackness in the trash, and your advocacy for black people in the trash, well, this is what it looks like, right? And you end up doing more harm than good. You advocate for things that are not beneficial for the masses of black people because of whatever your own gripes with black people happen to be. Yeah. And y'all already know Mr. Z already says respectability politics is the gateway drug to anti-blackness, and that is not a quote I say just for non-black folks or white folks. That is definitely a quote I mean, and I say for black folks also, right? Yes, respectability politics concerning black people is a gateway drug to some anti-black stuff. Just wait long enough and that person will turn and say something extremely anti-black, whether it is from a class-based perspective, whether it is from a gender-based perspective, sexuality-based perspective. Wait long enough, right? Wait long enough and the anti-blackness is coming. It's on its way. It's on its way, right? So shout out to everyone that covered that. Shout out to the Raj Report for covering that. What else do we have? What other thing do I want to mention before I get underway? For now, I can't think of anything. I actually did have a couple of things, and they slipped my mind. They escaped me at the current moment. So we are going to be playing a couple of videos that I'll actually want to speak to, because the ladies are letting us know that they're delusional. They're letting us know, like we didn't already know, but they're letting us know that they are fronting, they are lying to each other and to themselves, once again, like we didn't already know. But it's good to have confirmation. It is good to have confirmation. The ladies really thought we believed them, and to be fair, a few brothers do. A few brothers actually believe the women and their poker face, no pun intended, no pun, right? So why this is an issue is not so much about black boys, black men, black young men. It's about creating another generation of broken, bitter, resentful black women, right? And you see this with elder black women throwing mud in the game. Older black women throwing mud in the game. The clip that many of us saw from about a couple months ago, where the black woman was sitting in her car and she pretty much told black women to go out there and have your sexual experiences. Go out there and slur it up, essentially. Yeah, right. So all of that is a backbiting comment. All that is these men are judging me for my sexual past. So what happens if all of us have a long sexual past? Excuse me. You have to pick from one of us. I'll just make sure that all the women have long and storied sexual past. Hating ass. Huh? Ah, right. Oh, look, Cyrus Burke is on me, you guys. And Cyrus says, let me know if the login worked. I will be letting you know that after the stream. Z, so you trying to tell me you ain't logged in yet? Look, Cyrus, it's life. Like Z was actually like doing stuff this weekend. Like, yeah. I will tell y'all eventually, but yeah. So there's that. Right. And thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Talking about that, talking about regular streams, let's start off with the first video. Which one do I want it to be? Ooh, I can link both of these together. I can link. Oh, look, we. You know what? Let's do this. Let's play them back to back, and then talk about it, because there's two videos that kind of stand alone. They're different, so we'll just play these back to back. I guess from funniest to not so funny, but still speaking to what we speak on in this channel. So here we go.
Oh my god.
Let's play that again, just in case y'all didn't see the beginning.
Oh my god.
You know what's funny? Those independent women that be like, I don't need a man, I don't need a man. But y'all be using y'all best friend husband, y'all sister husband, y'all co-worker husband, talking about some come over here and fix the plumbing. Can you come over here and look at my car? I'm gonna be the wife be saying, who's that on the phone? Hello? Yeah, Shelly. What you need? He's busy being my husband. Bitch, because let me tell y'all something. The problems come with the benefits. You don't get to use my master electrician, HVAC technician, my mechanic, my electrician, my drug dealer. You don't get a discount. You get on Google like everybody else. Stop using everybody's husband. The problems come with the benefits. You gonna come over here and cook Sunday dinner, deal with his mother, wash his drawers out by hand? No! Leave people's husband alone. If you independent, be independent, but don't be dependent on my husband when I get one.
It's funny, but it's accurate. So, maybe a year ago, a little over a year ago, we were heavy on the conversation of essentially renting husbands, and we made mention of was it Shirley Shepherd? Shirley Shepherd and her talks of borrowing her friend's husband, and not for anything sexual, just to help around the house and help her put up a shelf or something like that. No sexual puns. Yeah. And shout out to this lady, because we all see the game. See, shout out to Inspired Truth, who I just was speaking to on the Roger Reports channel a little while ago. Yeah, there's a cost to your autonomy. So, ladies, you want to give the masses of men the middle finger, particularly in the black community. So, how about we do this? Either you pay for service, no puns, to have those shelves put up in your house or to have that furniture moved, right? To have that refrigerator taken out of your kitchen because you got a new one, huh? The old ass microwave that weighs a little too much for you. So either you pay to have that taken out, or you call up a nephew or an uncle or your male sibling, your brother, huh? Because what we have here, and even other women are seeing it, even other black women are seeing it, is, and yeah, she framed this in a somewhat comedic sense. I'm gonna play it one more again before we move on, right? She framed it in a comedic sense, but yes, the women are renting your husbands because they're insufferable. Insufferable, mean, condescending, rude, entitled, spoiled brats, petulant children, masquerading as grown women who tell the whole world that men are not on their level, particularly not the masses of black men. Those women who have their middle finger up to the masses of black men then ask their individual friends with boyfriends, husbands, and fiancés, hey, could you tell Robbie to could you tell, I mean, if it's not too busy, could you send Robbie over, and or you could be with him, but I need some help because I have this microwave in my kitchen that I've been having for the longest, and I need to take it out, and it's a little too heavy for me. Huh? Girl, look, I need to take this washing machine and this dryer. I've been having this in this house for too long, and girl, I need some help. Huh? This is really the one. Girl, I done bought too much clothes and I don't even have no space to put them. But I see some space where I could put my shoes, but I have to build a shelf to put them up. And like, girl, could you send Robbie over? Uh-huh. This is why the women keep on talking community. Huh? This is why black women have a difficulty having an honest conversation about that goddamn proverbial table. Huh? They want to be insufferable. They want to hold out for the rich, tall, good looking, charismatic, kisser ass man. And while they're waiting, they're going to utilize the men that their friends are with, that their sisters with, that their co-workers with. Huh? Exactly, TB. It takes a tribe, it takes a village ass talk. It takes a tribe, it takes a village. Now, to be fair, in a well ordered black community, Mr. Z wouldn't necessarily have a problem with that. With assisting a black woman. Ooh, Z, you about to say it. Even a single black woman. Oh, Z, really? Yeah, because in a well ordered society, a black woman at the age of 36 that's single, it's because something unfortunate happened to her husband. Oops. And so we're looking out for her. Uh-oh. Huh? And her son is away at school or something. Yikes. Huh? The 42, 43-year old that needs help, the 43-year-old black woman that needs help, is because something unfortunate happened to the men of her life. It's not that she's kinless. Uh-oh. A disproportionate number of black women are kinless as they age. Advocates say they deserve a social safety net. to. Yeah, about that social safety net. Yeah, about that social safety net. Huh? A social safety net, they say. Huh? Z, what that social safety net look like?
You know what's funny? Those independent women that be like, I don't need a man, I don't need a man. But y'all be using y'all best friend husband, y'all sister husband, y'all co-worker husband, talking about some come over here and fix the plumbing. Can you come over here and look at my car? I'm gonna be the wife be saying, who's that on the phone? Hello? Yeah, Shelly. What you need? He's busy being my husband. Bitch, because let me tell y'all something. The problems come with the benefits. You don't get to use my master electrician, HVAC technician, my mechanic, my electrician, my drug dealer. You don't get a discount. You get on Google like everybody else. Stop using everybody's husband. The problems come with the benefits. You gonna come over here and cook Sunday dinner, deal with his mother, wash his drawers out by hand? No! Leave people's husband alone. If you independent, be independent, but don't be dependent on my husband when I get one.
The women don't actually mean independent. They don't mean it. FD Signifier told y'all what it was. They want their autonomy and security simultaneously. And the masses of men, including black men, said no. Y'all better go start your own female collectives over there, your own female enclaves. I think black women done beat everybody to the punch. 23% of black women are now identify as bisexual. Oh, bisexual. In other words, I can't get the black men to bow. Not enough non-black men are interested. Non-black women are even more anti-black than the non-black men are. So it's me and other black women over here munching on each other until Chisel Chin Tyrone pulls up. Anybody want to disagree with Z on that one? Huh? Anyone want to disagree with Z on that one? What does bisexual mean in the black community concerning black women? What bisexual means is, yeah, black men, and they're not on my level. Chisel Chin Chat. I mean, I've done stuff with him, but he's not interested like me like that. And non-black women aren't really. So I'm with other black women. Yeah, that's it. Huh? Yikes. So yes, you know, you have black women who are engaging in this weirdo talk of being independent until they see the cost of being independent. Remember, y'all heard it here. Being independent and single is now a luxury for women. Don't think that she's not going to try to keep her most stoic face on as she dies in silence. Huh? Will they be complaining? Some. Will they be sassy begging, aggressive begging, arrogant begging, entitlement begging? Oh, you better believe it. What you supposed to do when men are supposed to do begging? Yep. A real man begging. A real man with Shout out to all the new subscribers if y'all don't get what Z is saying. Women beg, black women beg all the time. They just frame their begging as what a man is supposed to do. Oops. For all the new subscribers that don't get it yet, Once a black woman telling you what your obligations and what a man is supposed to do, and black men are not on her level, it's a psyop. It's a psych out. The whole thing about telling black men that they earn less than black women, calling them all type of sassy and all type of LGBTQ and all type of gay and all of that is to lower your stock in your mind in comparison to her, so that you attempt to do more to get and maintain whatever situation y'all got going on. And I'm waiting for the black women to disagree with me on that. Oops. It is female negging. It is a form of black female negging. Y'all heard it here first. We all knew what it was. Huh? The sassy begging, the aggressive begging, the arrogant begging, the what you supposed to do begging, a real man would begging. Huh? It's all begging. That ties in perfectly with that video. They're not independent. Very, very few people, even fewer women, can truly, at least in this environment, not in the jungle, we ain't gonna go hyperbolic with it. We're not gonna engage in the hyperbole. No, in this environment, very few women can fully be independent. Pay for their apartment by themselves, they condo by themselves, they car note, their cell phone, not a single penny from the outside, from an older sibling, from a parent, from a relative, from grandparents, from aunts and uncles and godfathers and godmothers, not a single penny, not a single ounce of assistance. Ain't nobody picking them up to go to work, and nope, not a coworker looking out. Very few people, particularly for us as millennials and younger, very, very few women can pay for every single penny of their life by themselves with absolutely no assistance. Zero, zilch, nada. From Africa I came. I know. I just threw all of it out there. M&M's, Skittles. And from Africa I came says a real man would begging is just hilarious. Use it. Just give me credit. Use it. Huh? Once we started seeing the look, Medium Man unleashed a goddamn monster in me. Pause. Concerning, once I saw those interracial marriage rates going up for black men, and the marriage rate going up for black men because of the interracial marriage rate, and then the marriage rate for black women continue to go down, even though their interracial marriage rate went up just slightly, just barely. Oh, it was a wrap. Y'all should never let me see that. And Mr. Z not even into non-black women like that, like that. There's some maybe an Afro Latina that's kind of a little lighter skin, right? But then if you count Juju, yes, Cameron's ex, she's Latina, and goddamn, yeah. So is a Marla Negra, and she's gorgeous, thicker and slimmer. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. Yeah, no, it is funny, but it's real. A real man would begging, and in that respect, I have a bit more sympathy than most for boomer black men and the oldest of Xer generation X men, black men, because they didn't appreciate that what was happening is that your average black woman was holding on to the success of an Oprah. They don't got it. Your average black woman was holding on to the success of a Condoleezza Rice. huh? Of a Shirley Chisholm. They don't got it. The whole game was to trick you into believing that you were in debt to her, huh? And it was your job, huh? Now, is it your job as a husband? Yeah. Boyfriend? Yeah. Somebody else just having some bedroom fun? Absolutely not. The women appreciated that and they lied to men about their position. Why? Because you would have the power in the relationship or the situationship. That's why. So a real man would begging is the only way they could frame it. That's how they get the money out of you. That's how they get the time out of you. That's how they get the attention out of you. That's how they get you to literally delete yourself for them without much, if anything, to compensate. They challenge your masculinity by saying a real man would. They question your masculinity by saying a real man would. And too many black men, especially from yesteryear, would go along with that. Now we appreciate all that was begging. Huh? Yeah, I saw the clip of the comedian brother speaking to Kendra G. Shout out to Media Man who covered it. And all through the comments, as Media Man showed, were women questioning his sexuality. Translation, shut the hell up. Huh? Provide, protect, and shut up. Once again, black female negging. Calling black men sassy, who not kissing your ass. Black female negging. A real man would. Black female negging. Well, that's what a man's supposed to do. Black female negging. Why are black women always told to settle? Black female negging. See, this is why I date non-black men. Black female negging. White men, black female negging. Huh? All of it is black female negging. Yeah. So, yes, with that one. And before we move on, and KMS is, and thank you for the super chat. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. And KMS says, my wife rented me out. Oh, I said resented. Why did I say resented? Okay, Z, read that again. My wife rented me out to one of her girlfriends once. After the task, I reminded her that I'm the owner operator of a functioning penis, and her girlfriend asked me if I was happy in the marriage. Never got rented out again. Ooh. Let's read that again because Mrs. Z was fumbling and stumbling on that one. My wife rented me out to one of her girlfriends once. After the task, I reminded her that I'm a owner operator of a functioning penis, and her girlfriend asked me if I was happy in my marriage. Never got rented out again. Listen, damn, I sorry, forget what you said. You said you could bench 400. Look, the friend was trying to get benched. Giggity. Ooh, look at his arms. Look, KMS, that was one step. That was the first step. She had a whole system to slowly rope you in. Right. Oh man. Shout out to Ms. Z. That don't be going on with Ms. Z. Y'all ain't never seen somebody move in stealth. Y'all ain't never seen somebody move in stealth with their man so seamlessly as Ms. Z. You won't catch Ms. Z talking crap about me. Well, maybe with her mom, but anybody else, nope. With that, if you don't know, you won't know. She don't post nothing. She don't say anything. Hey, I already know what it is. I know. I see what she doing. I'm not complimenting you around none of these folks. I ain't gonna say what you do. If you buy me something, I put it on, and they say they like, oh yeah, my man bought it for me, and that's the end of the conversation. Hey, Missy, if you listening, I see what you're doing. I see it. I know what you're doing. Ain't nobody gonna steal my man. And Camus, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Huh? Oh man. And Telescope says a real man would put his head between the bars of a lion cage. It's always some absolute foolishness. Now, do we really hear a real man would? Maybe not in those exact words anymore. The sentiment obviously is still all over the place, but the actual words a real man would, maybe not so much anymore. It's modified or it's changed a bit to calling straight black men sassy, not so much gay anymore because it's now that we live in a more open society and LGBTQ folks, and to be fair, to a certain extent, a few LGBTQ black men calling black women out on that, and straight black men being like, y'all never gonna say nothing about this? I thought she's your homegirl, but when she talks to the straight black men that she disagrees with, she insults them with your sexuality. Is that okay? All right. If it's okay, all right. Huh? So yeah, they can't use that as an insult anymore. So now they just say sassy, which is the same thing. Uh, so all of that is just begging. It's just begging, right? Once again, as Telescope said, a real man would put his hands between the bars of a lion cage. Yes, that's all. Just begging, right? Next, okay. This is continuing kind of along those same lines. There we go.
Black women do not be having the options that they say they got. And before you jump in my comments, no, I don't have a man. No, I don't have options. Okay, so I beat you to it. There you go. I already beat you to it. So if that's all you care about, you can go and scroll past this video. Anyway, black women do not be having the options that they say they got, because my whole thing is, if you say you have an option, that means you like that option. That means you are considering that option. So women be talking about, we got options. Oh, a man is the easiest thing to get. But the man y'all be talking about, you don't even want the man. Y'all don't even want to take this man serious. These men you're not attracted to these men. You don't want them. You really just wasting their time because you're not even taking them serious. You're not considering being with them for real. You're not considering being in a relationship with them or nothing. You don't like them. So how would you consider somebody an option that you don't want? Like, just think about this. If I have 2 t-shirts, they're both options. I like both these t-shirts. I like both of them. They're options. But I only can choose one. That's an option. I like both of them, so they're both options. But I can only choose one, okay? That's what an option is. Y'all be in this delusional mindset that you got options, but the options that y'all claim y'all got, you don't even want them. So why would you claim them as an option? Do y'all be knowing what y'all be saying when y'all be saying this stuff? Like, y'all be thinking y'all sound so smart. Y'all think y'all 8 when y'all be saying this stuff like, oh, I got options. Oh, a man is the easiest thing to get. Ma'am, you sound crazy and delusional. If the man that you claim is an option, if you don't want him, he's not an option. That don't make sense to y'all? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm delusional. I don't know what it is, but y'all don't be making no sense to me. Get it together.
It makes perfect sense. It's about raising their stock. For all of us that into cars, or you're looking at something, you make the phone call, you see it, hey man, I saw this this Supra, this the 91. This is the MK3, y'all, the one with the pop-up lights, the one before, the one that was in Fast and Furious. I saw you selling the 91, the 92 MK3 Supra. You got it up here for 14. Yeah, man, I got another person that just called. They just offered me 14.5 for it. Oh, and another person just called me, yesterday. They come in with the money. They got 15 in cash. What you trying to do? That's what the ladies are engaging in. Huh? I got this 1960, this 1969 Boss 302 in the backyard. Yeah, it's a bit of a rust bucket, but I got one person that's coming with 10K cash right now. Yeah, what you got? I gotta go in a minute. They said they're gonna be here in 10 minutes. Oh no, man, I just was trying to find out, but yeah. So if you say he said he got 10, look, my brother here around the corner from you. I could have him stop at the ATM. He got one of my cars. I could have him bring. What would you do? Would you take 12? I don't know, man. I kind of already told this other guy that I was gonna let him get it for 10. I don't want to inconvenience him. Oh, all right, man. Look. 15. I could do 15 right now. My brother around the corner. He'll have it to your house in 10 minutes. I don't know. That guy said 10 minutes. That's what the women are engaging in. Huh? That's what they're engaging in. Oh crap! Not a Cyclone. You got the GMC Cyclone? Oh crap! How much you want for that? Hey man, look. I originally said 40, but I got another person coming down the street right now, just so that they gave me 5 in K in reserve. They come in with the other 35 right now. What you want to do? Look, I'll do 45 cash right now. Huh? I'll do 45. That's what the ladies are engaging in. That's that whole. That's what it is about this. Oh, I have choices. Oh, I have a roster. My whole roster acted up. Yawn. All that roster talk. They don't have a roster. At best, they're getting piped by 2 or more men. They don't have a roster. All of these guys are not, first, not even required. All of these guys are not taking them out on dates. Huh? Paying for this meal and that restaurant and this restaurant and this event and that event. That's not happening. One of those guys is doing that. Maybe 2. One of the guys is piping for free. At most, maybe some weed and some liquor. And he don't got a liquor. Oh, goddamn, Z. Huh? Yikes. And Indigo says, and that's hysterical. Indigo says, my whole roster acting up. Oh, you play 2K? Say that. Huh? Yikes. So that's what that whole they have choices thing, and as you heard this lady say, we know they don't. Huh? Especially with that clip that many of us saw about, what is that, 2, 3 months ago now? Where the black woman was saying she went into the restaurant and everywhere she looked, it was a brother with a white woman. Huh? Everywhere she looked, there was a brother with a white woman. When Mr. Z said this, it wasn't to be braggadocious. Mr. Z's with a black woman. It wasn't to be braggadocious. Dear black women, you don't end up with a black man, more than likely you end up with no one. Huh? You don't end up with a black man you don't end up with anyone. Maybe another black woman. Oops. Huh? You want to practice your negative liberty? Huh? It comes at a cost. Being single is the cost. Yeah. Also, stability. Well, it costs you stability too. Black and Latina women who never marry are the least wealthy in the US. Oh, yeah, it definitely costs you stability also. By the way, this is childless, never married black women. So shout out to the Bowsers and shout out to the Real Talk with Yannies and shout out to the outliers that are doing way too much talking. Huh? So shout out to that young lady. Yeah, the women are going to talk about choices and options, and they don't have either. Outside of black men, and even when they speak to black men, lying to our faces about the choices and options that they have in the black community with other black men with resources, way more resources than you have, sir. Prove it. Uh-oh. Prove it. What homegirl said on was that cruise season? I can't remember which show that was. Like, I can have any man. I can have me a black man. I can have me a Latino. I can have me this man, Italian man. That. Prove it. Nobody's talking about who piped, ma'am. Prove it. Where's the wedding ring? From a non-black man. Prove it. This is what black women continue to run into. Shout out to the young lady. She straight up said it. Look, y'all really got it like that. Them men ain't checking like that. Yeah, we know. An attractive black woman is an attractive woman. With that, we still live in an anti-black society. With that, even if we didn't live in an anti-black society, the majority of men are going to end up with women of their own or similar racial makeup. Huh? Black women, you don't make it work with black men, you won't make it work with anyone. And there is a cost to that at the tune of some $5,000 to $12,000 a year. The average man spends $5,000 to $12,000 more per year within relationship. Uh-oh. Huh? Yeah, there's a cost. You better believe it. Huh? So let's play that one more again.
Black women do not be having the options that they say they got. And before you jump in my comments, no, I don't have a man. No, I don't have options. Okay, so I beat you to it. There you go. I already beat you to it. So if that's all you care about, you can go and scroll past this video. Anyway, black women do not be having the options that they say they got, because my whole thing is, if you say you have an option, that means you like that option. That means you are considering that option. So women be talking about, we got options. Oh, a man is the easiest thing to get. But the man y'all be talking about, you don't even want the man. Y'all don't even want to take this man serious. These men you're not attracted to these men. You don't want them. You really just wasting their time because you're not even taking them serious. You're not considering being with them for real. You're not considering being in a relationship with them or nothing. You don't like them. So how would you consider somebody an option that you don't want? Like, just think about this. If I have 2 t-shirts, they're both options. I like both these t-shirts. I like both of them. They're options. But I only can choose one. That's an option. I like both of them, so they're both options. But I can only choose one, okay? That's what an option is. Y'all be in this delusional mindset that you got options, but the options that y'all claim y'all got, you don't even want them. So why would you claim them as an option? Do y'all be knowing what y'all be saying when y'all be saying this stuff? Like, y'all be thinking y'all sound so smart. Y'all think y'all 8 when y'all be saying this stuff like, oh, I got options. Oh, a man is the easiest thing to get. Ma'am, you sound crazy and delusional. If the man that you claim is an option, if you don't want him, he's not an option. That don't make sense to y'all? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm delusional. I don't know what it is, but y'all don't be making no sense to me. Get it together.
And AB says, Z, they have insert D options. That's it. Some of them don't even have that. And shout out to AB Media 83. Check out his channel. The brother does good work. Definitely news heavy, current events, news heavy. Yeah, we talk about the women a little bit, but AB is really good on keeping y'all up to date on current events, political current events. That's definitely national and international. So y'all check him out. Um, so the framing is off to me on this, what this young lady is saying, because even though she's a woman, I don't know if she fully appreciates the raising your stock by speaking about options you, one, don't have, two, even if you quote unquote have, you don't really appreciate, you don't really like, you they're just there to pad or inflate your numbers, huh? And all of that is so that when you meet that quote unquote suitable suitor, you can say, "Oh yeah, I went on a date with another person," or "Oh yeah, last week sorry I didn't get back to you. I was, kind of had things to do, and I did tell you I'm dating other people and da. Huh? Not to mention what Lion says often: these women aren't settling. They're not settling. They're ending up with men on their same level, and they're throwing a temper tantrum about it because the men that do approach, the men that do date them, they feel are beneath them, and that says a whole lot about them. Dear ladies, that says a whole lot about you. I recounted this already. Zoe Williams had Tone Talks on. This is forever ago. This is like 2017 or 2018. He bought her on. He bought him on, and it was on Zoe's. I want to say it was the Voice of Reason, one of those. And one of the young ladies, heavier set, was speaking, and Tone let her go on and on and on, and Tony speaks about the money, and he speaks about black people and whatnot, and the young lady said, I'm just tired of, essentially paraphrasing, dating these bum ass dudes, and for once I want to be taken care of, and it gotta be for the rest of my life. I just, for one time, essentially she wants to be Disney fairy tale princess at least once. She want to experience it at least once. Now, when you see the young lady, it says everything about her experiences. Huh? It says everything because her complaint was she's dealing with these dudes who are pretty bum ass, and she's the one who financially has to take care of the situation when she's with one of these guys. Now, no offense to her, pretty sure she ain't never gonna hear this, but once you see her, you understand. Now, Tone tried in his kindest way to say what Mr. Z just said. When it registered to her what Tone was saying, Antonio Moore, one of the founders of the ADOS movement, for those of you that don't know who Mr. Z is referring to, when it registered to that young lady, what Tone was saying, oh, she got angry, you better believe it. Huh? Because she heard what Z heard. Oh, so you saying that's my level. Ooh. Shout out to Lion. So you're saying that's my level. And of course she got mad. You better believe it. When the women, and I'm speaking to what the young lady just said here. I'm gonna play it one more again. When the young lady framed it as, well, these are two options. This is an option you don't want. At least one of the two options you don't want, or you don't want both. Excuse me. Yeah, but that's their level. The women are throwing a temper tantrum. They're angry. They're resentful because what that man is a reflection of her marketplace value in the dating scene. She appreciates that, but she dare not ever utter it, not to anyone else and not even to herself. The reason why certain heavyset sisters talk the way they do the ones of them with bad hygiene, the ones of them with a crap attitude, the ones of them with no discipline, the ones of them that are loud, obnoxious, arrogant, and a-holes. The reason why they boil it down to skin complexion and not to attitude and demeanor and comportment, and definitely not to their weight, is because the skin tone is the easiest thing to mention, because you can't help that unless you're going to start bleaching your skin. Everything else could be worked on. Your comportment, your weight. If you don't like your face, you could always go out here and have surgery like Bowser did. Ooh, goddamn, Z. Stop it, Z. Now that you done found that out, you done mentioned it twice already. Huh? Yikes. The women don't have options. For the ones that do have options, they resent those options because those options reflect where they rank in the marketplace. And they resent men, black men, for where they rank in the marketplace. Huh? Hysterical events. I am not gonna read that out loud. Huh? Yikes. So we're gonna play one more again.
Black women do not be having the options that they say they got. And before you jump in my comments, no, I don't have a man. No, I don't have options. Okay, so I beat you to it. There you go. I already beat you to it. So if that's all you care about, you can go and scroll past this video.
Let's pause right there. Let's address that. One thing you gotta appreciate about the INCELS is that they say that. Now, how true that is a whole different conversation. But they walk in the door saying that. My issue is that I can't get a woman. I definitely can't get a woman that I find appealing enough to even want to do something for, or do something for myself to get. Like, I know I don't have a shot in hell with what I feel is the bare minimum standard. So I'm INCLS because all the ones that find me any type of attractive or appealing, can't do nothing with those. One thing you gotta appreciate with the INCLS boys and men, I don't count the boys. I mean, you're underage anyway. But what this young lady engaged in is rare for women because she starts off with more, at least in this case, honesty than you hear from like any woman, namely black women.
Black women do not be having the options that they say they got. And before you jump in my comments, no, I don't have a man. No, I don't have options. Okay, so I beat you to it. There you go.
How many black women start off by saying, no, I don't have a man. No, I don't have a man. No, I don't have any options. Huh? Yikes. Who starts off by saying that? You're not going to find this often, even rarely. This is super rare. And she also says that black women don't be having the options that they say they have. Yeah, we know. Huh? Shout out to the Black Manosphere. We know it was always a game to get from men that you find marginally appealing, now that you don't got nowhere else to go, to do more for you. Unfortunately for you, unlike some of the Xers and the oldest of millennials, the youngest of millennials and Gen Z are not even here for your daughters to lie to. Ooh, goddamn. Ooh, Z. Z, where are you going with this? It sounds like you got a theory. I've said it already. You're going to see an increasing amount of black women engaging in same-sex loving relationships because an increasing amount of black men are going to be engaging in interracial relationships. Ooh, goddamn. Huh? It's all hands on deck for these types to force black men back to the table without telling black men, look, we need you at the table. We're starving. We're struggling. I need help. See, they got to keep their egos and their prides intact. They got to keep the power dynamic. Huh? So instead of admitting to you they got nowhere else to go, I'm gonna have to use that clip also. I know that's BGS's clip. I need that clip for the type of conversations I'll be going into. Black women have nowhere else to go, but they can't let you know they got nowhere else to go. So the whole thing is to keep you at the table while you bid down yourself and you give more of yourself for the discount for free. Huh? And an increasing amount of young millennial and Gen Z men said, see, yeah, about that. Huh? So we're gonna play this video all the way through, and we'll speak about the next one. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat.
Black women do not be having the options that they say they got. And before you jump in my comments, no, I don't have a man. No, I don't have options. Okay, so I beat you to it. There you go. I already beat you to it. So if that's all you care about, you can go and scroll past this video. Anyway, black women do not be having the options that they say they got, because my whole thing is, if you say you have an option, that means you like that option. That means you are considering that option. So women be talking about, we got options. Oh, a man is the easiest thing to get. But the man y'all be talking about, you don't even want the man. Y'all don't even want to take this man serious. These men you're not attracted to these men. You don't want them. You really just wasting their time because you're not even taking them serious. You're not considering being with them for real. You're not considering being in a relationship with them or nothing. You don't like them. So how would you consider somebody an option that you don't want? Like, just think about this. If I have 2 t-shirts, they're both options. I like both these t-shirts. I like both of them. They're options. But I only can choose one. That's an option. I like both of them, so they're both options. But I can only choose one, okay? That's what an option is. Y'all be in this delusional mindset that you got options, but the options that y'all claim y'all got, you don't even want them. So why would you claim them as an option? Do y'all be knowing what y'all be saying when y'all be saying this stuff? Like, y'all be thinking y'all sound so smart. Y'all think y'all 8 when y'all be saying this stuff like, oh, I got options. Oh, a man is the easiest thing to get. Ma'am, you sound crazy and delusional. If the man that you claim is an option, if you don't want him, he's not an option. That don't make sense to y'all? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm delusional. I don't know what it is, but y'all don't be making no sense to me. Get it together.
They're trying to save face, ma'am. You're a black woman. You should know all about this. Mr. Z is only stating the obvious. Madam, they're trying to save face. They have nowhere else to go. Huh? They have nowhere else to go. And black men realize this. Huh? It was always a game. It was always a game.
Don't you do it! Don't you! I got nowhere else to go! I got nowhere else to go!
Look, BGS, this might be another one of those videos I play more than you do. Huh? Y'all can go ahead and put that up there with Munchkin because I'm about to spam the hell out of that video. Huh? Shout out to the ladies with the games they playing with their own life. Hey, say it again for them, Z. JD Vance is one heartbeat away from the presidency. Huh? One heartbeat away, and you'll have Peter Thiel and Elon Musk running the White House. Oh, ah, the absolute horror. One heartbeat away, and Curtis Yarvin, huh, is running the White House. Yikes. You want to talk about techno feudalism? Oh, the absolute, it is terrifying. But, the ladies talk like they got somewhere else to go. All right. They got choices and options out here. All right. Huh? Continuing. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat.
Y'all really be expecting luxurious lifestyles from 9 to 5 niggas. And you're a 9 to 5 bitch struggling. So what makes you think that a 9 to 5 nigga who you also want to have his own crib, not living with his mother in New York City, let me remind you of that, and have his own car. Do y'all know how much car insurance is in New York? Because we get our cars broken into so much and motherfuckers just be hitting us. I'm going to say roughly $350 to $450 to $500. Then you want that nigga to keep himself together. And then whatever extra money he has left over, you want him to give to you. You're the same bitch that steps over peeing your elevator to get to the 17th floor. You're not high maintenance. I don't know where y'all bitches came up with this shit. Stop scrolling on Carisha's page. Get off Kim's page. Y'all bitches is not from Calabasas. Y'all bitches is from Grand Concourse, Cortland, Canarsie, South Conduit. Let's stick with the C's that y'all bitches know. Y'all bitches is not like that. And my thing is, if you want a luxurious nigga, go find one. There's niggas out here that trick without a problem. Don't have a problem giving bitches money. But there is one problem. The luxury niggas don't want y'all ugly bitches. That's the thing. Because a bad bitch comes bad already. With her hair, makeup, nails, wax, feet done. Y'all be going to niggas wanting that shit done, then trying to front to other niggas that you're a bad bitch. No, I gotta beat my horn for that one. No, you're not a bad bitch. You're just a bitch that's trying to be bad. Let's get that very clear.
I don't know how much Z could say. I'm just saying. She said all of what Z said, and she did it in less than a minute and a half. Just saying. Huh? Yeah, she is using a lot of profanity. And Krabby Abby says they only speak profanely. Yeah, but the message is still the message. Right? The message is still the message. Yeah, you're right. Right? And Minion of Justice says, Palantir matches to burn it all down. Look, hysterical. Look, if y'all, I've said it, I've watched Peter Thiel, Elon, Curtis Yarvin, Alex Karp, Sam Altman, what's the bald one? The one that's a little bit heavier, that's bald. His face is right there. Oh my god, I forgot this dude's name too. I've watched all of their interviews, bruh. I think Saint Cyr said it. It was either Els or Saint Cyr that said it when I mentioned them a couple of streams ago when he said soulless eyes. Exact, bro. These are soulless eyes, like weirdo white dudes. Like, it's as if they watched all the techno dystopian movies from like the late 70s, definitely the 80s, the 90s, the early aughts, and said, you know what? I want to be the villain. Huh? Exactly, Starman. Most of the PayPal mafia. As a matter of fact, the heavyset dude that I'm mentioning, I think he's part of PayPal mafia also. I don't know why I can't remember his name. I can't remember his name. But yeah, I'll look it up. I'll mention it to you guys maybe another stream. But yeah, Trell said lizard people. Look, when our grandparents and parents and lizard people, this is what they talking about, right? Man, it in that environment with those folks. Okay, let's say let's say JD Vance doesn't win or whatever. Appreciate that these people are still behind the scenes making things shake. All they need is one. Huh? Okay, it's not JD Vance. They get in good with the next Republican, right? Possibly a Democrat. Possibly. It's definitely possible. Huh? So you listen to these folks talk, and I don't know if it's a form of Asperger's or if it's a form of whatever the hell, wherever they are in the spectrum, clearly intelligent men, clearly intelligent men, well read, well researched. That don't mean anything. It means nothing. Absolute maniacs. Pick the dystopian movie, the techno dystopian movie, and there you go. One of them is represented in that movie as the evil villain. Charles said lizard spectrum. Uh, ah, huh? So when this young lady is speaking, and yeah, as a matter of fact, let's play that again because there's something she said that I wanted to focus on. Give me a second.
Y'all really be expecting luxurious lifestyles from 9 to 5 niggas. And you're a 9 to 5 bitch struggling. So what makes you think that a 9 to 5 nigga who you also want to have his own crib, not living with his mother in New York City, let me remind you of that, and have his own car. Do y'all know how much car insurance is in New York? Because we get our cars broken into so much and motherfuckers just be hitting us. I'm going to say roughly 350 to 450 to 500. Then you want that nigga to keep himself together. And then whatever extra money he has left over, you want him to give to you. You're the same bitch that steps over peeing your elevator to get to the 17th floor. You're not high maintenance. I don't know where y'all bitches came up with this shit. Stop scrolling on Carisha's page. Get off Kim's page. Y'all bitches is not from Calabasas. Y'all bitches is from Grand.
There you go. That's what I wanted her to say. Carisha and Kim. So she's talking about Kim Kardashian. She's talking about Carisha. She's talking about that's Young Miami. Young Miami is an attractive woman from South Florida, but she gets urinated on, and she was with Diddy for a little while. And if you with Diddy, you was out here moving wild. Okay, cool. It is that. It's why don't I get to have that? Takara spoke to this also, the comedian. And one of her little segments of a stand-up she did, I want to say it was Laugh Factory, where she mentioned, like, I want to be like Ari. I want a Lambo truck, right? So, like, it's not something, dear black men, you're not just imagining things. You are not imagining things. You're not being hyperbolic. It's not all in your imagination. The women were sold delusion, lifestyle. And now that the women, or the used to be girls, now women, are in their late 20s, in their 30s, in their 40s, in their 50s, possibly, they can't let it go. In their 60s, goddamn Z. They scroll Cardi B's page, Meg Thee Stallion's page, huh? As the young lady was saying, Carisha, that's Young Miami's page. They're scrolling these pages. They're looking at the events. They're looking at the costumes. They're looking at how everyone's doting on her. And they want that also. Oh, they want that life. Yeah. And they think they can afford to be single until they meet the man that can get them as close to that lifestyle as humanly possible. Unfortunately for the women, they played themselves out of position. See, when you entered the workforce, you doubled the workforce and you lowered the income. Well, damn. Not to mention, because you entered the workforce, you're competing with men for the jobs. Yikes. Not to mention, the men, if we are super gracious, the men who are on your quote unquote financial level, that's for all of you ladies earning that 150 and 175 and 200. Unfortunately for you, those men aren't as hmm, aren't as uncompromising when it comes to dating and potentially marrying a woman that earns significantly less than he does. And well, black women, you done played yourself out of position, particularly for black women, but for all Western women, American women. Huh? Yikes. If this is how far you want to go for a lifestyle, then so be it. But you get nothing. Huh? Dear ladies, if this is how far you want to go for a lifestyle, so be it. But until you end up with that guy, you get nothing.
Not submitting to no man.
It's all there, black and white, clear as crystal. You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
And there you go. Hmm. And Telescope says California real estate is so high. One of my mom's friends moved to the desert because she had to own a two-story home. She's 80 years old. And Revelon says, so be it. I think that's the best answer. He didn't even say it towards that, but Mr. Z is saying it towards that. Look, we all have dreams and aspirations. If the lady's dreams and aspirations is to be a boss bee, somehow either whether it's their own business or they work for a firm, they're making super good money, they do their single out here getting pogo sticked in lifestyle. When she's finally ready, she meets Chisel Chin, whoever the hell, who's 6'8", right, with the rod of God 15-inch member and the heart of gold and a private jet and a yacht and a cool $10 million a year salary. That Mr. Z don't even know what type of super character he's describing right now, right? If the ladies, that's their dream and aspiration, then so be it, right? We all have dreams and aspirations. The ladies said anything short of 6'8" with a 15-inch member and an 8-pack, right? 8-pack abs, not even 6-pack, not even a washboard. Huh? Thank you, Els. Donates to charity quarterly, right? The heart of gold. Anything short of that, they're settling. So be it. They just gonna have to deal with what that means for them in their life. Oh well. Huh? Somewhat of what this young lady was saying resonates with Z. I obviously frame it a bit differently. The woman you're with is a wife when you meet her. Ooh, goddamn. Of course, she's still gonna have to learn you, but the basis and the blueprint is already there. The foundation's already there. Starman said Tupac Obama PhD. You hear me? L said he made at least 3 companies public. Hysterical. So it's fake it until you make it. The female edition concerning men, and what the women don't appreciate, as this young lady was saying in her own way, is that the elite men ain't checking. If you lucky, he might slide through and pipe. If you're lucky, if you're around. See, like if you're around, maybe he'll pipe. Maybe. But wife? No. Appreciate that Arnold Schwarzenegger exercised his options with his maid slash nanny on Maria Shriver. I don't find that lady attractive, but a whole ass Kennedy. He exercised his options, got caught, and guess what, everyone? Even after Maria Shriver left, like she was, where were you going? Okay, fine. She left, and guess what, everyone? He still didn't wife up the help. Why was he piping? Because she was there. And that Gok 3000 probably was fire. Huh? Because she was there. So even when he could have ended up with her, because now Maria Shriver is his ex-wife, he did not. Huh? And Telescope says, and I actually have a okay, I'm gonna have to get that. And Telescope says, Keisha from the projects thinks she deserves a master of the universe. Predatory capitalism has led them to delusion. Y'all keep what Telescope said in mind. Which one of these has to go? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna have to take this one off for now. Y'all gives you a second. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. See, Telescope that inspired something. Y'all gives you a second. And we're back. And once again, shout out to Louis for the background image you guys see here. It is perfect because he has the car teetering. Reckless streams. It is reckless. Reckless tax and effect. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat, and let's read this comment from Black Uru, and he's 100% right. I don't know why I didn't mention that too. And Black Uru says the half Mexican kid looks more like Arnold than his Kennedy kids. Exactly. All right. Exactly. Huh? Yikes. So let's see. Did it finish loading? Haha, it did. Okay, let me read Telescope's comment again, and then y'all will see why I played this. And Telescope says, Keisha from the projects thinks she deserves a master of the universe. Predatory capitalism has led them to delusion. And let's see if this goes with what Telescope said. Here you guys go.
A guy on here the other day just exposed how much of our entertainment here in America, well, pretty like everywhere actually, but is around the idea of the class fantasy. Like most rom-coms aren't actually romantic comedies, they're class fantasies, right? And like Sex in the City, that's a class fantasy. Friends, that's a class fantasy. Freaking every other media that is for women is a class fantasy. So this, like, people, I don't think people realize how much this affects women. Even TikTok. Like, so much of us on TikTok are chasing or drawn to, like, luxury style content or, like, that soft girl, super hyper feminine class cosplay fantasy that we're watching. And we eat it up because we love it. It's like, it's better than any romance, better than, it's the best form of entertainment, okay? But now that we know that that's all it is entertainment put there to program us into forever chasing that dream, that fantasy that's dangled in front of us. But I want you to ask yourself, why are they marketing us so heavily this class fantasy? Okay, I want you to ask yourself, who spends the most money? They craft these romances, these friend groups, these lifestyles all around consumerism and make you think that it's normal, that it's actually a fundamental part of your dream life, of, happiness, are these lifestyles that are just built around consumers. So yes, they want you to do everything you can to obtain that upper class, because when you are that class, you're spending so much money. You're keeping the economy alive. They got you right where they want you. And my biggest point is that wealth is innate. Like, we are all children of God. Wealth is innate to us. But when we allow this system that we live in to market to us and send us all these messages and program our minds to think that we are in a state of lack and we have to hand over our resources to them in exchange for whatever they're marketing to us at the time. It's basically, all marketing is convincing you to give them money or resources or time or attention. So we are all, if we remember who we are, okay, we are all innately wealthy because we were given anything and everything we could possibly need by our Heavenly Father, who created the earth perfect for us with everything that we need for free. But the system has, from the beginning, tried us to forget about everything we have access to and only focus on the thing that we don't have access to. Garden of Eden, I've talked about this a lot. Put us in a state of lack so that we chase that one thing. Marketing, okay? I just laid it out for you. Marketing. It's actually, dare I say, inherently evil. Dare I say. Which that is actually, a huge internal conflict for me because I'm an entrepreneur through and through. So I'm going to have to unpack that one later.
Yeah. So, the second half got a little Christian-y and okay, have nothing to say about her faith and her beliefs. With that first half, yes, as Mr. Z said, as y'all also have seen on the clips that I would play from Wisecrack with Michael Burns, the women were sold lifestyle. They were sold lifestyle as little girls, and now they're women. And being sold the lifestyle came along with the man, with the ultra provider, who is turned on by your rude, snarky ass. right? Now, of course, as children, it's not really framed as rude and snarky. It's just framed as witty, right? Witty and quick and smart. And she's so smart, huh? And 6'8" the Great, whether he be white, black, Latino, Asian, or otherwise, 6'8" tall, with an 8-pack, a 15-inch member, and earns some, I don't know, ungodly amount of money a year. Doesn't even earn. He inherited some ungodly amount of money. It's supposed to be so turned on by whatever and whoever you are. Huh? And as the young lady said, the rom-coms, yeah, they're selling you on what a relationship should look like. Designed by some old or middle-aged white men for the most part. Maybe possibly LGBTQ. Maybe they have one or two or three white women that's also part of the development process. Black people, nope. Huh? And so your ideas of love, relationships, romance, huh? Intimacy was designed by middle-aged and old, primarily white men, maybe with a sprinkling of white women here and there. Yeah, and you wonder why you can't make your relationships or even situationships, excuse me, work with black men. Huh. I wonder why. Yeah, about that. Huh? See, even the white woman understand the play. Is she gonna do something about it? That's a whole different conversation. But even the white women understand the play. Huh? And she's conflicted. She said, "I'm an entrepreneur, and I, what am I supposed to do? Like, because I understand, like, but at the same time, I need these people to be delusional so I can make money. But this delusion isn't good for society. Ah, the conflict, huh? No, she probably isn't no, super billionaire, millionaire, but she could be a millionaire, right? But liquid millions, probably not, huh? Yikes! So shout out to Telescope for inspiring that, right? And Cyrus Burke says they want us to solve world hunger, but chose to starve until they eat. And shout out to Cyrus Burke. Look, you are supposed to be Superman, sir, and you're supposed to be in the beauty of Superman, and Superman doesn't ask for anything. Huh? Now, the thing with Superman, and this is kind of a carryover over some of the stuff that the Roger Report was saying. I think it was either this stream or yesterday's stream. I listened to a bit of yesterday's stream, and then I obviously listened to some of his monologue on this stream, today's stream, and then I jumped on the panel earlier. The thing with Superman is, if Superman was real, more than likely he would have been what's his name off of The Boys. No? You're the strongest entity on the planet. Could you possibly be humble? Yes. Would you be? Huh? Especially on planet Earth. Would you be? Or would you just be like, what's his name off of The Boys? Cyrus says once again, they want us to solve world hunger, but chose to starve until they eat. Well, or choose to starve until they eat. Yeah. And it's gonna cost them. Right? It's definitely gonna cost them. Homelander, thank you. Thank you, Saint Cyr. Homelander from The Boys. Actually, I would argue, Cyrus, what black women charge or levy onto black men. I've said it before. I said it on Green Gorilla's channel a couple of years ago. Is to kick Margot Robbie off of the beauty standard and put on that mantle Lizzo. Put Lizzo there. Huh? What black women is for everyone to bow to them to make up for black women having to live on a planet with white women concerning the white European beauty standard over the past half millennium. No, it hasn't been that long. More like 2-ish, 300 years ish. Black women are charging black men with making everyone bow to them. The Roger Report said earlier today, or was it the Roger Report or was it Inspired? It was the Roger Report. I want to say it was the Roger Report. Like, it could have been Inspired Truth though. Ugh, okay, I'm sorry, you guys, but yeah, essentially, it's as if they're owed something. Yeah, don't expect them to say it. Just watch how they move and how they speak. Don't expect them to say it. Right? Ah, and once again, Cyrus Burke, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. And y'all gives you a second. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. Regular streams, y'all already know. So y'all gives you a second. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. And we're back. In a minute, y'all gonna have to give me a minute. But continuing with the theme of the stream, here you guys go.
I'm saying that y'all motherfucking single by choice. Y'all bitches ain't single by choice. Y'all single because nobody wants y'all. Because y'all don't know how to be quiet. Y'all always arguing. Y'all always nagging. Y'all never want to get on y'all knees. Y'all never want to sit down and listen to when a real man is talking because all you had in your life was bums and bitches.
And shout out to the brother Ugly Money. I think that's the name of his channel. But yeah, going along with the stream. I mean, with the theme of the stream. Theme of the stream, lunch stream. So it's just women calling out other women for lying, for pretending, for fronting. Right? So the theme of the stream for today is women calling out other women for lying about having options, for lying about their standards, huh? For lying about all of it. Once again,
I'm saying that y'all motherfucking single by choice. Y'all bitches ain't single by choice. Y'all single because nobody wants y'all. Because y'all don't know how to be quiet. Y'all always arguing. Y'all always nagging. Y'all never want to get on y'all knees. Y'all never want to sit down and listen to when a real man is talking because all you had in your life was bums and bitches.
Yep. And lying about why you're single. Huh? So these are things that we know. And you're watching as women, certain women say, yeah, I can't front no more. Huh? I don't want to lie to my nephew about why women move the way they do. I don't want to lie to my son about why women move the way they do. So all the rest of you ladies could do this. I'm not. Huh? So that's what's going on. So I played just nothing but videos of women admitting what it is, what we've always known. So the question then becomes BGS's question. So what y'all gonna do with him then? So what y'all gonna do with him then? Huh? Yikes. Because a few of the ladies already telling y'all, look, they all lying. They're lying. They're lying about it all, Z. They're lying about it all. It's all a lie, Z. Y'all already know Z. I've been knowing. Z be like, yeah, I know. But you lied about it, so we're going to make you stand on it. We're going to make you stand on that lie. You want to front like y'all were okay? We're going to make y'all mean it. Huh? We're going to make you mean it. And y'all give Z a second. Again, gives you a second, but this time it won't be that long. Y'all give Z a second. And we're back. Okay, and we're back. So let me read this one now. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. And KMS says, women don't realize that 98% of men's fidelity is based on if he can pipe. The other 2% is his reason not to. Look, so they weaponize our biology and our urge and want and desire to pipe against us. That's what the short skirt is for. That's what the skinny jeans are for. That's what the the push-up bra is for. That's what the sexy walk is for. That's what the heels are for. That's what the makeup's for. That's what the hair extension and weaves are for, and the lashes are for. With that, then they demand that you turn it off at the same time. Wait, what? That's what batting their eyes is for. That's what the light voice when asking you a question is for. That's what all of that is. That's just them weaponizing their femininity in those aspects. But then turn around and demand that you turn that off if they were to be in any situation with you romantically or intimately. Huh? So that if he can pipe, so Bill Burr speaks about this in a stand-up, right? If he could, he would. For the vast majority of men, we don't get to pipe because you won't let us. Okay, fine. Mr. Z is not about women saying yes to every man or most men or all men or any of that. That's not the issue. But women got it way confused because I think too many men are in the friend zone hoping and wishing. Huh? Get out of there. Too many men are in the friend zone hoping and wishing. Huh? And so women have this false sense of the way we see them. Are there intelligent women? Yes. Are there women that aren't a pain to be around? Yes. Are there women with reason? Yes. But the way we socialize women in the West, in America, on planet Earth, right, is that they don't need to utilize that nearly as much as men because the consequences won't be as dire and harsh for them. And there's plenty of studies and data and research to prove that point. And because the consequences, for the most part, even for Black women, aren't as harsh for them, they get to be whimsical, including about their notions and idea of why men are around them. Is it always about triple X fun for men with concerning women? Yeah, maybe not every single time, always. Maybe not every single time men are around women, Black men are around women, it's about that. But if you're marginally attractive or above, with an okay-ish personality or above, yeah. The only reason y'all ain't pipe is because you won't let them. Hey, KMS, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. I hope I went in the direction you thought I was going to go in. Huh? And yes. And KMS also says, and thank you for the super chat. The underlying point is that most men rarely get past the 98% barrier, if ever. It's easy to be honorable, quote unquote, honorable, if no one is trying to F you. Yes. Huh? And what's not appreciated, you know what's the beauty of the internet? As Mr. Z has said, the internet will expose us all. The beauty of the internet and social media is watching women contort themselves instead of admitting that for the most part, they're attracted to a handful of men, and much of the issues that they have is that they're angry. They're not one of the women that ended up with the handful of men that they pretty much all find appealing and attractive. You saw some of this with the whole T app, to the point where even Ostefco made mention of the fact that, wait a minute, all these women are dating these guys? Yes. For every one guy on the T app that y'all are sharing, if y'all not lying about the story, that y'all are sharing are 2 and 3 other dudes whose phone is dry as hell. That's for white men, that's for Black men, that's for Latino men, that's for Asian men. For every guy, huh, that y'all find attractive, it's 2 and 3 and 4 men Actually, based off the numbers, it's 3 men, 3 and some change men, actually. What the change men look like, Z, but 3 and some change men that are invisible to you. And that's a you problem, ladies. See, the way women try attempt to frame it, KMS, is that the men need to step up. No. Y'all fight and pull hair and claw and scratch at each other to end up with the guys that y'all find attractive. And if you lose out, then so be it. Go munch on each other then. Huh? Go munch on each other then. That's how that works. Huh? So yeah, this whole thing is, and it's a great thing that we're all coming to this conclusion. Many of us have been at this conclusion for a while now. It's good to see other men get here. The women are putting standards on the men that they find marginally attractive. The guys they don't find attractive, you don't stand a chance unless you come in with the big bucks. Or you one of those dudes that like ultra mega charismatic where it's like undeniable to her, but like that's super rare. So yeah, no. All these standards are for the men that you weren't the one. She got piped by the one, or she messed up the situation she had with the one. She overplayed her hand with the one, but you're not the one. So the standards and all the you got to bring me here and you got to do this and you got to pay for that and all of that is for all the men who she'll quote unquote end up with. Lion says no. She got the man on her level. She's not settling, right? The man that's on her level that she's meh about. That's who the standards are for. That's who you got to pay for this date and you got to go here and nope. Huh? Because the guy that she actually likes like that, oh, he don't got to do none of that. He doesn't have to do any of that. He either has the looks, he has the gift of gab and the charisma, or he has the cash, which is funny because if he have the looks and the cash, in the beginning, he won't even really have to spend the cash. Oh, goddamn. Now, ain't that some ish? Huh? And hopefully you guys can still hear me. I am on a road that I don't usually take. So hopefully you guys can hear me and I'm not borging and I am clear also. As a matter of fact, let's make sure Z is clear. Let's try this thing real quick because I don't want to be muffled. Y'all give Z a second. Okay, there we go. No. And Dell says that not him tax is heavy. And you know what? That's what, look, Dell, that's when we go start calling on Z's channel. The not him tax, right? If you're not him, if to her, you're not him, I know it sounds convoluted and weird. If to her, you're not him, you're not the guy, oh yeah, you're going to pay it heavy. Because she low-key resents being with you or doing whatever the hell with you. But her life is, I'm in a bind, Nate. Huh? Her life is, I'm in a bind, Nate. because her life is, I'm in a bind, Nate. She's around you, you get to pipe, maybe, kind of, sort of. You get the little friendship-ish relationship thingamajigger going on. But you're not him. And the argument she gonna remind you not him. Ooh. Huh? When y'all walking through the store in the mall and him passes, she gonna remind you not him. She not gonna say anything. Her eyes are gonna say something though. Right? Told y'all one of the most heartbreaking things I ever saw in my life was being at one of the bar/lounges down here in South Florida and seeing the white guy look at the black girl drool over the black guy and looking at his face and realizing to myself, damn, he ain't never experienced lust before. He's never been lusted after. And I could see his heart breaking because he's looking at her, lusting at the brother. Oh, the heartbreak, the vicarious heartbreak Mr. Z felt. Oh, the sadness. Yep, it'd be like that sometimes. Huh? It'd be like that. Yeah. Once again, as Dale says, that not him tax. Oh yeah. As a matter of fact, for those listening, I think I should read it better. That quote unquote not him tax, end quote, is heavy. I still said that wrong, but okay. It's supposed to be that quote him tax, not him tax, end quote, is heavy. There we go. There we go. There we go. See, right? And it is. And every man is not him to some woman. So whatever situation you end up with her, she gonna tax your ass. Because you ain't him. Huh? Because you're, and you not being him cost. Huh? So let's move on, because I saw, okay, there we go. I knew it was another one from KMS. And yeah, KMS, you're gonna have to give me a minute on that one. But I wanted to play. Do I want to play that? Because it kind of doesn't go well with the stream today. But I do want to talk about that clip. Nah, you know what? We're gonna stay on topic today. We went on a couple of tangents, but we ain't gonna go on too many tangents today. Not today. Not today. We ain't gonna go too far off topic today. This ain't gonna be one of those streams where we talk about 12 different things. Do that another stream. But okay. So as y'all heard, we're getting more and more female accountability, and straight up, the women are just saying they're lying. Right? You're seeing black women particularly, but you're watching it. I played the clip of the white woman. I wanted to actually hold that off, and I'm gonna play that again when next time I play the clip from Wisecrack with Michael Burns, because that goes perfect with it. But yeah, the women are just straight up admitting that other women are lying, that they're lying to themselves, as we've said multiple times on this channel, that they're lying to other women, that they're lying to men. All of that is bad, to be fair. But the worst ones are lying to young women and lying to yourself. To face it, to not admit what you did with your own life, your own intimate relationships with men, you decide to go scorch earth and throw a temper tantrum and lie to younger women. Huh? Imagine. Shout out to the Black Manosphere for being honest with young men about our shortcomings, and y'all done heard Mr. Z admit to y'all, I spent those months when you got the third paycheck. Oh, I blew that on a chick I didn't even get to pipe. Why does Mr. Z say it so flippantly and so just whatever? To be honest with the young men, don't be me. Don't be me. Huh? Did I eventually get to pipe? Yes, but did I pipe that night? Nope. Huh? So we say that over here. We admit when we were naive. We admit when we got played. We say that here. We don't attempt to go scorch earth and tell the brothers that all these women ain't ish, or all this or all that. Huh? With the ladies, black women, with the ladies, they decide to go scorch earth. Oh, I done aged out the game. How about I scorch earth everything by telling the young women to slur themselves out? That way, You 46-year-olds and 47-year-olds, you think you won't get you a 27-year-old, a 28-year-old with low mileage? Nope. I'm going to go tell her to slow herself out. That way, by the time you catch up to her, she got high mileage just like me. Now what? If you don't think that's what's informing these ladies, you got another thing coming. If you don't think they're that sick in the head, you got another thing coming. Huh? Just to save face and to throw a temper tantrum. Really less save face, more throw a temper tantrum. They'll go scorch earth that way. Really, Z? Yes. That's what half of the giving bad advice is about. It's saving face, but it's also throwing. Oh, so the brothers my age ain't checking. Y'all saw the clip with the lady? Women ain't checking for you too. Huh? What was she really saying when she did all of that? She was throwing a temper tantrum. A grown woman temper tantrum. Some of y'all gonna die alone too. Lame. Right? And KMS says, and thank you for the super chat. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. And KMS says, women are shocked Chris Brown isn't loyal and shocked Mama's Basement Martin isn't willing to simp anymore. To date, today's points say, I don't have to. Bro, the ladies didn't appreciate how immersed you could be into your video games and how we also engage in conversation and actually community on social media. And its supplements are in life real friendships. They think or feel better yet that they're the only ones engaging in that. Huh? The women don't appreciate corn and the variety. Huh? They don't appreciate how annoying they can be, how expensive they can be. They don't appreciate how COVID reset the way men think about these things. When you had to sit down, depending on what state you were in, when you had to sit down for a month or two or a year or two with twos and fews, if anything at all, and realizing, wait a minute, I'm still okay. I still breathe. Right? They don't appreciate that now the men have decided, wait a minute, I can live without XXX fun. Huh? My hobbies are less expensive. Huh? What was I going to do anyway? I was going to spend a lot of money dating, barely getting any. Then I was going to find one that I like, that at least pretends to like me, at least for the next 5, 7 to 8 years, maybe 10 if I'm lucky. And then she was going to divorce me and take half on the way out the door. The worst thing y'all ever allowed to happen was men realizing, wait a minute, I can survive without them. Huh? Yikes. Yes, ladies. That's what it is. And the rise of the manosphere, particularly black manosphere, during COVID. Huh? The rise of the manosphere, particularly black manosphere, during COVID. I want to be very clear to anyone listening, any technocrats, social designers, all the thinkers and tastemakers. The issue isn't the men talking. The fact that y'all don't get this or y'all pretend not to. It's the women talking. Look, Mr. Z could talk about whatever he wanted to talk about. If I didn't have video evidence proof, it would mean little to nothing. Yeah, I might still have people listening in. No, that's not the issue. The issue y'all have is that women are out here talking like this.
I'm making this as a PSA to any man that ever thought he had a chance with me or any man that wants a chance with me. If you like 50-50, stay where you're at, baby, because this mouth is only going to get more egregious. I promise you that. I'm paying these big bills and you think I'm not about to be talking to you out the side of my mouth? Watch this. Watch this.
That's what you're contending against. That's your competition. It's not Z. It's not the Black Manosphere. It's your own goddamn daughters. White, Black, Latino, Asian, or otherwise, America. Go on to what KMS is. Ladies, it's your own sistren. This is your problem.
What if black women were supposed to be the leaders and black men are just supposed to protect with their muscles and use their listening ears and carry out instructions?
And my simple question to that young lady is, what about if black men said no? Now what? Who's gonna make black men? What about if black men? Okay, fine, let's go with it. What about if, let's say you're right, okay, for argument's sake, black men are just supposed to be the big dumb ape muscle. And what about if black men said no? Now what? To anyone with ears, your issue isn't black men. Your issue is black women. It's always been black women. Huh? And there's a consequence. Huh? There is a consequence. Let me see if I could play. Which one? It was another one I wanted to play. Which was, oh yeah.
Niggas be so quick to let me take you on a trip. Let me take you on a trip. Pay a fucking bill. Pay a bill. Pay a goddamn bill.
Always begging. Damn.
Can we get on the phone? No, get on the phone with billing. Don't talk to me. Talk to billing.
That is what you're competing against. That is what you're contending against. Huh? The internet has exposed us all. Everyday men get to see that there are men that don't have to fight for women's attention, affection, kindness. How open, how easy the women are for men like that. Speaking of KMS Super Chat, when young black men see hordes of women, there's a funny in there, hordes of women turn and follow Chris Brown like it's a goddamn military regiment. Do you appreciate that they know, oh, she will follow. She will follow. She just won't follow me. Ooh, goddamn. Huh? Oh, when men, young men, black men saw Paul Pierce speak to Dr. Cheyenne Bryan. Oh, she can be checked. Oh, she can be on the humble. Oh, you can embarrass her. Oh, she just can't pull that on men she know grew up in the same neighborhood as her, around the corner from her. Ah. Huh? The internet has exposed us all. Huh? The internet has shown us how women will be cheesing with the biggest smile in the world for $1,200 picture that they paid for to take it with Chris Brown. You ain't gonna get her to smile bigger than that ever again in her life. Huh? That picture with Chris Brown will be more important to her than your goddamn wedding day picture. Ooh, goddamn. Huh? You may not even have the picture of your wedding day on the. She won't be getting married. You won't even have the picture of your wedding day in the living room. It's gonna be a picture of her and Chris Brown in the living room. Well, damn, Z. Huh? And when young men realize that, and they see how women treat them, it's over. When they realize how black women see them and treat them, after all of that, it's done. It's donezo. It's done. Right? And once again, KMS says, and thank you for the super chat. Like, share, subscribe to the super chat. KMS says, women are shocked Chris Brown isn't loyal and shocked Mama's Basement Martin. Look, I'm using that. Mama's Basement Martin isn't willing to simp anymore. To date, points say, I don't have to. Yeah, no, look. Mama's Basement Martin is also being squeezed financially by this society, by the market, right? More than likely, he giving his mom a couple of dollars if he has a job at least, right? He got to feel that too. So not only is Mama Basement Martin feeling the pinch financially, he's gonna what quote unquote date pipe date a young lady who's an a-hole on top of that, who's also trying to dig in his pockets with little to no cooperation. No cooperation. Yeah, no, quite frank. Look, I know y'all don't like when Mr. Z frame it like this. I know there's other Black Manosphere content creators that don't like when, when Mr. Z frame it like this. No, I do this on purpose. I'll tell the women, yeah, you're right. I can't afford you. You damn right. Let the women feel what pricing their vagina out the game cost them. Huh? Let them feel what pricing their vagina out the game cost them, especially in this environment, in this market. Let them feel what being a financial burden in this market with the crap attitude. Let them feel that. You know? So, and Camus also says the movie Snow White is a cautionary tale about how old hoes will poison young women to level the playing field. Who's still the fairest? Ooh, say that. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Huh? And that's all it is. It's backbiting. It is depolicing. It is all of that. Because the ladies just don't want to admit that you aged out the game. Huh? You done aged out the game. And you weren't a nice person when you were, prime. And now you done aged out the game and you still got the crap attitude. So, well, here's your stop, ma'am. Keep the change. Ooh, goddamn. Huh? So of course expect the women to hate. Expect them to hate. See, you gonna play that clip? I'm not. Don't worry about it, y'all. I ain't gonna play Munchkin, but I'm gonna play somebody else y'all like. Don't like.
Decenter men. This is not coming from a place of hurt, trauma. This is coming from a place of peace and happiness. And I just remember when I used to go out, and I used to just go out just to
talk
have a good
about
time,
backbiting and hating.
laugh, great conversations, and just being a personality. My personality wasn't about getting a man. It was just about having fun. And I just want to get back to that. I just want to get back to me. And I'm tired of social media. I'm wanting to decenter men, decenter social media. And I just want to just be about me. I want to be selfish and self-centered as an ex-people pleaser, because everything nowadays is about getting a man, keeping a man, having a man's baby. And it's just too much. And I'm just getting nauseous. Just thinking about it. There has to be more to life than just men. And so now that I have these centered men for my life, I find myself actually having a good time. I go out in social settings. The objective isn't to get numbers, to get a man, to get a date. It's just to have great conversation. And I've been enjoying myself. I have. You know, I'm flirting. I'm having amazing conversations, meeting new people. And I'm just keeping it at that. And I like that. I feel in control, and I like how I have this I don't give a fuck attitude. And it's just very freeing. Whereas before, it was all about getting a man and hanging around women that wanted to go out just to get attention and to get a man. And it's just so exhausting. But now I actually go out. I'm actually having a great time. And I like it. I love it here, actually. I'm just tired of these videos. It's a man, it's a woman telling you, get a man, you need a man. You're gonna die alone. And I like being alone. I like it. It's peaceful. And this decentering men thing, I think it's necessary because a lot of women are exposing themselves to like temporary relationships just because they're listening to people online. And I don't know, I think it's kind of cute. I think it's funny because I'm a woman that actually enjoys being alone, right? I enjoy my aloneness. I think it's funny because some women feel like they're one-upping you because they have a temporary relationship. And I'm like, but your relationship is temporary.
Hate.
Even the women with rings, your marriage is temporary. Like, it's not lasting. It didn't last.
Hate.
A lot of women are in situationships, temporary relationships, friends with benefits, temporary relationships. They're just in these temporary relationships because social media is telling them that they need a man, or they should get a man, or hurry up, girl, better get your man before you hit the wall. It's like, it's just too much. And now I have moved to a space where I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. And it feels so good because I just don't give a fuck. And nobody is going to force me to give a fuck. And I like it. And another thing, when it comes to this decentering men, I have embraced my masculine. I've embraced my feminine side. I've embraced my light feminine. I've embraced my dark feminine. I've embraced all of myself. And I love that for me.
Yeah, and as KMS says, poison young women to level the playing field. Who's still the fairest as she puts on makeup? Uh-oh. Let's read that part again. Poison young women to level the playing field. Ooh. Ooh. And what was Real Talk with Yanni really saying and doing in that clip? Shout out to Real Talk with Yanni, because that's all you actually really did. Huh? Backbiting ass comments, hating ass comments. Yep, all you really did was throw a goddamn temper tantrum. And I don't give a F. And nobody gonna make me give a F. Ma'am, the environment's making you give a F. Huh? The environment's making you give a F. Actually, your finances are making you give an F. At least back then, we don't know if you got a man on the low right now. You just ain't told nobody. But when you recorded that video, oh yeah, you cared. You cared a lot. The more you said you didn't care was the more you cared, and we saw it on your face. What's the group called? Rude Boys? Ran all over your face? No pun. Huh? I might have to link that as the song. That's the song for the stream. There you go. Right? Ah. So on that note, yo, if you got things to do, we'll pause right here. The other clips, I'll review those at other times because they're kind of like not linked to the topic. Yeah, exactly. And Vince says, I'm fine with the angry face. Exactly. Exactly. Right. Exactly. He says, I'm fine. Manic laugh. You hear me? Yeah, I checked it. I checked it. That. I'm gonna try to find a way to keep that constant. That's gonna be a regular here, right? So Cyrus Burke, I didn't forget about you. So we got things to do with that. Shout out to all of you for listening in for the lunch stream, but Z got things to do. Y'all have heard the ladies, well, a few black women, there we go. A few women be honest about the environment, and that's uncharacteristically black women. That's not a. So we're gonna play these back to back, and we're gonna end it on out. All right, y'all. Y'all have a great rest of y'all day. Like, share, subscribe, hit the thank you button for the replay squad, and we're gonna get up on out of here, y'all. All right, Mr. Z out.
Oh my god.
You know what's funny? Those independent women that be like, I don't need a man, I don't need a man. But y'all be using y'all best friend husband, y'all sister husband, y'all co-worker husband, talking about some come over here and fix the plumbing. Can you come over here and look at my car? I'm gonna be the wife be saying, who's that on the phone? Hello? Yeah, Shelly. What you need? He's busy being my husband. Bitch, because let me tell y'all something. The problems come with the benefits. You don't get to use my master electrician, HVAC technician, my mechanic, my electrician, my drug dealer. You don't get a discount. You get on Google like everybody else. Stop using everybody's husband. The problems come with the benefits. You gonna come over here and cook Sunday dinner, deal with his mother, wash his drawers out by hand? No! Leave people's husband alone. If you independent, be independent, but don't be dependent on my husband when I get one.
Black women do not be having the options that they say they got. And before you jump in my comments, no, I don't have a man. No, I don't have options. Okay, so I beat you to it. There you go. I already beat you to it. So if that's all you care about, you can go and scroll past this video. Anyway, black women do not be having the options that they say they got, because my whole thing is, if you say you have an option, that means you like that option. That means you are considering that option. So women be talking about, we got options. Oh, a man is the easiest thing to get. But the man y'all be talking about, you don't even want the man. Y'all don't even want to take this man serious. These men you're not attracted to these men. You don't want them. You really just wasting their time because you're not even taking them serious. You're not considering being with them for real. You're not considering being in a relationship with them or nothing. You don't like them. So how would you consider somebody an option that you don't want? Like, just think about this. If I have 2 t-shirts, they're both options. I like both these t-shirts. I like both of them. They're options, but I only can choose one. That's an option. I like both of them, so they're both options, but I can only choose one. Okay, that's what an option is. Y'all be in this delusional mindset that you got options, but the options that y'all claim y'all got, you don't even want them. So why would you claim them as an option? Do y'all be knowing what y'all be saying when y'all be saying this stuff? Like, y'all be thinking y'all sound so smart. Y'all think y'all ate when y'all be saying this stuff like, oh, I got options. Oh, a man is the easiest thing to get. Ma'am, you sound crazy and delusional. If the man that you claim is an option, if you don't want him, he's not an option. That don't make sense to y'all? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm delusional. I don't know what it is, but y'all don't be making no sense to me. Get it together.
Don't you do it! Don't you! I got nowhere else to go. I got nowhere else to go.
Y'all really be expecting luxurious lifestyles from 9-to-5 niggas. And you're a 9-to-5 bitch struggling. So what makes you think that a 9-to-5 nigga who you also want to have his own crib, not living with his mother in New York City, let me remind you of that, and have his own car. Do y'all know how much car insurance is in New York? Because we get our cars broken into so much and motherfuckers just be hitting us. I'm going to say roughly $350 to $450 to $500. Then you want that nigga to keep himself together. And then whatever extra money he has left over, you want him to give to you. You're the same bitch that steps over pee in your elevator to get to the 17th floor. You're not high maintenance. I don't know where y'all bitches came up with this shit. Stop scrolling on Carisha's page. Get off Kim's page. Y'all bitches is not from Calabasas. Y'all bitches is from Grand Concourse, Cortland, Canarsie, South Conduit. Let's stick with the C's that y'all bitches know. Y'all bitches is not like that. And my thing is, if you want a luxurious nigga, go find one. There's niggas out here that trick without a problem. Don't have a problem giving bitches money. But there is one problem. The luxury niggas don't want y'all ugly bitches. That's the thing. Because a bad bitch comes bad already. With her hair, makeup, nails, wax, feet done. Y'all be going to niggas wanting that shit done, then trying to front to other niggas that you're a bad bitch. No, I gotta beat my horn for that one. No, you're not a bad bitch. You're just a bitch that's trying to be bad. Let's get that very clear.